The Australian Ghost Whisperer with Caterina and James Jennings.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode. And you know what people don't like? You know what people don't like, Kat?
What?
They don't like a black magic attack. And fair enough, I say. No one likes a black magic attack, a psychic attack. A lot of people probably think that's made up, sounds like a fairy tale. Wish it was. That would be great. That would be fantastic. But Caterina, it's very real, isn't it?
It's very real. In my 30 years in my healing career, I have seen endless amounts of black magic, witchcraft, psychic attacks of all descriptions being put over people. And it's a very real thing. Many years ago, I had a client, her sister was in hospital in almost like a coma.
Oh.
She rang me very distressed, and they couldn't understand why she'd sort of slipped into this sort of coma, and she wasn't responding to anything.
Okay.
And so I started doing some cleansing and I realized there had been black magic done to her.
How do you pick that up? Do you get a vision of the person who has put the black magic onto them? Is that what you do? You see the perpetrator?
Sometimes I just feel and sense the ritual, whether it was done by cursing, whether it was done by using different things like skeleton bones and really some really dark stuff like animals' blood, feathers, all these types of things that are used to do these very dark, diabolical rituals.
It's kind of crazy to think that people do that stuff.
Well, there's some crazy people out there, James.
That's true. That's true.
So within hours of clearing her, she came out of this sort of coma she was in, and she was out of the hospital the next day.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've seen it really plague so many people at their health, their ability to think clearly, their ability to even go, through their day-to-day duties. They can't do any of that. They're not able to go to work. There's different degrees of black magic and psychic attacks. So there can be less intensive to very intensive, where a person is fainting, passing out, can't get out of bed. Now, I know this very much sounds like, medical symptoms. People say, well, that's, yes, and I always advise people to have a thorough medical check. But when all of that has failed and they haven't been able to find anything, then pretty much I would say that it is something paranormal.
Right. And in terms of people who are, going to do these black magic rituals and put curses on people and do this evil stuff, clearly that's not good for them. Surely that is inviting in negative entities, dark energy onto the person. Would that be fair to say? They're obviously not going to be a person who's feeling good.
No, they themselves are very dark, and they themselves have dark entities attached to them that power up these rituals.
Okay.
So they're not in the light, they're not connected to God at all.
Okay. So what we are going to do today is Caterina, of course, who is the paranormal fix-it lady and has an answer for most things, has a little bit of a ritual of your own devising that helps protect against these kinds of attacks. Is that correct?
Yes, so this little ritual that I've put together will help alleviate the symptoms depending on how intense you're being attacked. So this will help alleviate. Obviously, if it's something a lot more sinister, then you may need to get, proper help, like somebody like a proper healer that understands these types of things, yeah? So this is a simple ritual that I've put together. It will help you if you are being attacked by somebody, and it will alleviate some of the symptoms. So what I would suggest before you do a ritual like this is always to call upon Prime Creator God, invoking the presence of God, the archangels, to help create a a safe circle of protection around you before you do the work. And as always, I love to use salt because salt is a very purifying and cleansing element of the earth. So we start with just a glass of water.
Can I ask what kind of salt you got there?
I've got Himalayan.
Right. Pink Himalayan sea salt.
Sea salt. It's good. I would suggest to use a good quality salt. So a Himalayan sea salt is a very good salt to use. Okay. Always use
so you're just
quality salt. Yes.
Quality salt, and you're mixing that up in a glass of water.
Of water, yes. And like I said, whilst you're doing this, remain present with the light, with God. Then you hold the glass in your hands and you just ask God to bless this water and salt, to allow it to cleanse and clear and help you to be released from the forces of darkness. Okay. So yes, once you've invoked the presence of God and you've held the glass of salt and you start to feel that light pouring in, just try and remain very focused, because it's your intention that powers up this ritual. And when your intention joins with the intention of God Creator, it becomes very powerful, okay? Once you've done that, you write your name on some paper. An example of what you can write is, by the power of God Creator, I, Caterina Legato, am protected from all black magic, psychic attack, known and unknown to myself. So that's what you can write. Mm-hmm. It's good to write known and unknown, because sometimes you may not know who the attack is coming from. Mm-hmm. So once you've written that on your paper, you place that in the glass, and again, taking your time, just feel those words as you say it to yourself. I, Caterina Legato, am invoking the presence of Prime Creator God, seeking protection from psychic attack, black magic, known or unknown to me. And that way you're again adding more of that intention to this ritual, okay? Now you can word it differently. I'm giving you a couple of examples here, but just, you know, whatever feels that it's coming from your heart. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, but always place your name and always set that intention that you are being protected from the forces of evil, as though it's already happening. It's my intention to be protected. I am protected from the forces of evil. Okay? Then once you've taken that, I want you to buy yourselves, if you don't have it, a piece of black onyx, because black onyx is very good at protecting against any black magic. So this is a very big piece. You don't need anything this big. You can just find a small piece of black onyx at any crystal shop, or you can order it online. And what you're going to do is you're going to get your black onyx and you're going to go counterclockwise. And you're going to imagine that you are unraveling this ritual from you. Okay, the black onyx is absorbing all of the dark ritual, the black magic that has been placed over myself. You can say this as you do it. I am now cleansing, clearing, removing the black magic ritual that has been placed over my life, over my reality. And you just go round the glass as many times as you feel you need to, and you will start to feel as though something is unraveling from around you as you do this. So take your time. Once you've done that with your black onyx, it's a good idea to take it and put it outside in the sun so that it can be cleansed and cleared of the black magic. Once you have finished that, you can place your glass somewhere, maybe, you know, somewhere if you have a beautiful holy altar or next to some holy pictures, and just leave it there for 3 days. If you don't feel enough relief, you do it again every 3 days, okay? So this is a very beautiful, simple ritual that you can do for yourself to keep you protected if you are under a psychic attack.
Very good. And once you're done with after the 3 days, you can tip the water out, put the paper in the bin. No need to keep anything. It's just
correct.
Get rid of it all.
Yeah. And what I would suggest in those 3 days is to at least try and have 1 sea salt bath.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
And that also absorbs any negative energy and sort of cleanses it from your body?
Correct. And as you pull the plug out of the bath after, you're just commanding that any black magic, darkness is now going down down the sink, in the bathtub, down the drain, and it is moving out and away from your energy.
Very good. And look at this piece of black onyx. You would not want to trip over and fall onto that, would you? You'd do yourself a bit of damage.
Yeah.
This looks like it could double as like a stabbing weapon against the dark forces.
Well, yeah,
not that we condone stabbing, but that's a pretty sharp bit of onyx you got there.
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece. But yeah, like I said, again, please don't feel I've got to go and find something like this. Just a small piece. You'll always go anti-clockwise because you are unraveling whatever's been done to you. Okay, and then if you like, once you're finished, you can go clockwise. Imagine this beautiful light coming in clockwise around you, creating protection around you.
Very good. Sorry, I'm sneezing. Caterina's cat's just walked into the room, and I'm a little bit allergic. So.
Well, I think my cat's allergic to you, James.
Oh, that's a little bit controversial. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You know I love your cat.
I know.
Moo and I are bros, but
yeah.
he just makes me sneeze.
No one could be my friend if they don't love my cat.
I know. I'm very aware. Don't mess with Caterina's cat.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's it, folks. So let us know how you go with this ritual. Let us know. Hey.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. If you've been, feeling a bit out of sorts, or things are seeming a little bit off track for you, give it a go. Again, 3 days, try it again if you're still feeling the symptoms, and just, let us know in the comments if you're having some positive results for it. If there are other kinds of like positive rituals that you'd like us to discuss or talk about, we're happy to do that as well. But thank you. That's very useful, and I will try that. I will get my own giant spear-like piece of black onyx to keep at home.
You can.
Anyone breaks in, they get the onyx.
It's a good weapon to carry around in your handbag. If anybody mucks about.
Exactly. Don't mug cat. She will go you with some black onyx, and you will not get back up.
Oh, yes. So, I've been attacked a lot in my life, I have to say, by many people who have been very jealous of, first of all, my career when I started out in this field, because it was very different to everybody else. I was dealing with a lot of, obviously, the paranormal. So I've been very targeted throughout my life. So I've had to learn to, really clean myself of people's attacks. Unfortunately, a lot of very jealous people I've had in my life, jealous people who've pretended to be my friend, and people who've wanted to use me, hang on to me because of my good name. And so right off the back of my success, I've been very heavily targeted. So I find myself regularly clearing myself from these people, and I'm not going down. I just like to let you know that I'm very protected by God, and you should think about what you're doing.
That's right. A gentle warning to anyone who thinks they can mess with Caterina.
Well, not only that, you need to think about the afterlife, because God's door will be closed on people who delve into this evil, people who carry hatred and jealousy. We're here to become godlike beings. That's the best way I can put it. And people who delve in this darkness in their minds and their intentions, they will deal with it. If not in this lifetime, mark my words that you will deal with it in the afterlife. You will go into a place of hell that you cannot even begin to imagine, and there's no escape. There's no escape until the moment you're on your knees and repent. So life is not about enjoying and doing and hurting other people in this life. Think about your afterlife and the unimaginable hell. What you have put out returns to you 1,000,000 times over.
Yep. I think that's a pretty good warning not to mess with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, mess with anybody's life, really. Shouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. And, look, jealousy and hatred usually stems from just insecurity, just to do a little bit of, cheap psychology on you. But, and that just means you've got to look at yourself and go, why do I feel insecure? What's going on inside me?
Yeah.
A lot of life's problems come down to that, right? We project out,
absolutely.
We project out the things that we don't want to actually examine within ourselves, and which is difficult. It's hard. It's harder probably to look at yourself and realize what's going on and addressing it and trying to heal yourself. It's much easier to externalize the pain or externalize your problems. My problem's coming from this person or over here, and sometimes the problem is actually coming from within, and we're just not actually going inside to deal with it. And I'm not saying that as someone who's perfect and who's completely healed everything inside me, but like at least I'm aware of it and I'm aware of where work needs to be done. And I think if more people probably had that attitude, Kat, we might have a few less problems in the world, right?
Yeah, people need to heal their trauma. We're all traumatized.
We are. Yeah.
We're all traumatized. Some of us come from parents that are traumatized, so we need to heal that trauma within us, and able to be, the best versions of ourselves, and enjoy this beautiful world and the beautiful things in this world.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a lovely note to wind up this episode. So thank you for listening and watching. We hope the ritual helps.
Yeah.
Love to hear from you. Please subscribe, share, do all the good stuff to help us get our name out there, and we will no doubt see you for our next episode.
Bye-bye for now. Thank you.
See everyone.
Bye.
To gain access to private spiritual development classes, guided meditations, please visit www.patreon, that's patreon.com/The Australian Ghost Whisperer.